Good evening, everyone. Your first forecast is brought to you by Stored at Home Rent-to-Own Portable Buildings. There were a few thunderstorms across the region, and we're going to see increasing rain chances toward tomorrow and also into the weekend, especially with the return of tropical air. So as a cold front comes in tomorrow, we do expect the possibility of some spotty thunderstorms, but I think most of the rain will be coming in this weekend. But here's a look at your forecast. We're expecting those temperatures to be in the mid-70s at 7 o'clock, partly sunny skies at noon with temperature readings around 86 degrees, and there could be a few isolated thunderstorms by the late afternoon and into the evening hours. But ahead of it, it's going to be warm with highs back into the 90s with high humidity. We are going to see much cooler conditions for the first week of fall. We'll have details on that on ABC 31 News.
Welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Earlier this week, the three candidates running for mayor of Alexandria participated in a forum. Current Mayor Jock Roy said he didn't watch and that a candidate's vision going into the job doesn't always match what they can actually do when they're faced with those daily issues.
When you decide to leave this role, in my opinion, I'm not saying that's for everybody, you leave the role. And watching the forum to second guess those things can be taxing on a person. So some of your viewers will say he watched it. They're not going to believe I wouldn't watch it, but the truth is I did not. People called me, of course, during it and would say, so-and-so said this, is that true? And that's part of the reason for not watching it. As I recall when I ran, and I'm sure was the case here, it is very easy to state a vision, right? And this is what we're going to do, and these are the things. And then when you get in the role, you realize things are a little bit different than perhaps what you thought or said, this could be fixed, or we're going to take care of this.
The election for mayor is on November 6th. Pineville police have arrested a couple for cruelty to children ages 1, 4, and 6. They are 27-year-old Timothy Nugent and 38-year-old April Bohannon. Those children have been entrusted to a relative now. The couple is also charged with illegal use of drugs in the presence of children and with child desertion. Funeral services for Coach Billy Allgood will be Saturday morning at 10 at Emmanuel Baptist Church in Alexandria. The 87-year-old died yesterday. He served for decades in all sports at Louisiana College. Allgood is survived by his wife, children, and their families. Former LC basketball player Drexel Robinson is scheduled to deliver a eulogy at the service. This morning, people had a chance to grab some pancakes for a good cause. The 8th annual A Perfect Fit Foundation Pancake Breakfast was held at the St. James Episcopal Church in Alexandria. The event is organized in honor of Jerry Harp, a well-known Alexandria shoe salesman. Louisiana chef John Folse and St. Mary's hosted their annual Greco Bowl last night. The event attracted hundreds of people seeking an elegant night out on the town. They enjoyed a gourmet meal prepared by and served by Chef Folse and his team, along with a personal cooking demonstration.
I'm always excited to follow the great causes where people in communities are really supporting the need in their area, and none better than St. Mary's. And St. Mary's has been a charity of mine for quite a while. I've always been involved in some of their fundraising efforts, but the fact that they have these 200 residents there, representing I think almost 15 states and well, probably about 8 states and about 30 counties across the state parishes. I think it's important that we realize that they're living in dormitories, and now we have an ability to build 15 group homes, to put them in a home setting. I think it's really important that we do that, and that's one of the causes tonight that we're trying to raise dollars for.
The night also featured live and silent auctions, and all proceeds went toward St. Mary's. The Holiday Inn in downtown Alexandria will be pretty busy this weekend, hosting the 6th Annual Women in Business Conference. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has the story.
The 6th Annual Women in Business Conference began today at the downtown Holiday Inn. Discover, flourish, and achieve are the three main points of the conference. Discovering the dynamic contributions women bring to the table, flourishing as you unlock your potential and create professional relationships to help you succeed, and achieving professional and personal goals that open the door to new possibilities. Owner and operator of CJM Investments, Jacqueline Marks, served as a keynote speaker for the first day of the conference.
I'm a second generation McDonald's owner-operator. My mother became an owner-operator when I was 13 years old, and I started working in McDonald's. I left the business for a few years, pursued my own career, and then ultimately decided that I missed my family, I missed McDonald's. I wanted to become an owner-operator as well. You know, I dreamed of owning my own business one day, and I just didn't know it was going to be a McDonald's. And then when I realized it, hit the ground running. Started with training, all of that stuff, worked through my way through the restaurants, and then eventually became an owner-operator.
And here's what she has to say about being a woman in the business industry.
I think the most important thing that I've learned as a woman in business is that you have to have a seat at the table. You have to be part of every conversation, and you have to be confident in everything that you do, even if you're not. You've got to kind of build yourself up, or have people around you that help to build you up, so that you can have a seat at the table and your voice can be heard. And sky's the limit.
The conference continues tomorrow with discussions, breakout sessions, and more, all geared toward women in the world of business. To learn more about the Women in Business Conference, you can visit the Cenla Chamber of Commerce website. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Governor John Bel Edwards briefly spoke at the opening day for the 6th Annual Women Business Conference. Afterwards, he headed over to the Cenla Chamber of Commerce to meet with other business leaders and to participate in a special discussion. That discussion touched on the outcome of the legislative sessions and what's next for the state of Louisiana.
I came to Alexandria today to make sure that I visit all the communities all across the state of Louisiana this fall that I visited last year in lead up to what was going to be a very contentious session to try to stabilize our revenue, pass a responsible budget in the face of $1.4 billion that was expiring. So I had these business roundtable meetings all over the state. Now that we're past that and we've achieved a stable budget, I wanted to come back and talk about how we were able to do that while we reduced the tax burden on the state of Louisiana by almost $600 million. And so we were able to speak at the women's luncheon today that was sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. And really the message in both places is the same. Louisiana is in a much better place today. We're on a much better path towards more prosperity, more opportunity for everyone. We are adequately funding our most critical priorities, and we're doing so while we are able to afford tax relief to the people of Louisiana.
The recently concluded legislative session resulted in a bipartisan budget agreement that funded critical state services such as TOPS, public safety, healthcare, and social services. The plan also stabilizes funding for higher education for the second time in a decade. This afternoon, the Secretary of State's office in Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority put on a voter registration drive. A representative from the Secretary of State's office provided some educational materials regarding elections and voting in Louisiana. Members of the Zeta Lambda Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority also assisted in that voter drive. To vote in the midterms, you must be registered by October 9th. The second annual Savor the Season Garden Party is coming up. The event on October 4th is put on by the Food Bank of Cenla. Donna Kapp stopped by the At Your Service couch to share the details.
We're going to have dinner in the garden, and it's going to be served by some of our local chefs. They're going to be fixing their signature dishes, and our guests are going to partake of that in the garden. We're going to have a lighted tent, and then I know you've seen on TV shows where the people are eating outside and the lights are strung everywhere.
Right.
The garden is going to be decorated that way.
So the appropriate attire would be garden wear.
Garden wear, comfortable shoes, because the chefs will be located in the garden, and you're going to get your dishes there. You're going to get your plate. You're going to go by and visit each chef's station and get a sampling of their food.
Summer is still here for a couple of days, and so is the dreaded plant poison ivy with its threat of causing painful skin irritation. On this edition of Get It Growing, LSU Ag Center guest horticulturist Carrie Hefner explains how to distinguish poison ivy from other safer plants.
Working outdoors in the summertime in Louisiana means the inevitable encounter with poison ivy. And to avoid a summer full of rashes and misery, it helps to be able to positively identify poison ivy. So let's look at that. We have some poison ivy right here on the ground in front of me. And poison ivy is always a vine, and the leaves are always divided into 3 leaflets. So you've probably heard the saying, leaves of 3, let it be. Well, those leaves are actually leaflets of 3. And as you can see, it vines all over the place. Now, one of the more commonly encountered imposters is called Virginia creeper, and we see this over here on my left. Virginia creeper is in the grape family and has leaves that are divided into 5 leaflets instead of 3. Now, Virginia creeper may also cause a rash, but for a different reason. Virginia creeper sequesters calcium oxalate, and that can sometimes irritate your skin, although far fewer people react to calcium oxalate than will react to the oils found in poison ivy. Poison ivy can actually vine up tall trees, and the vines can be so robust that it resembles a shrub. But again, here are the leaves divided into 3 leaflets as opposed to its imposter, Virginia creeper, with which it often occurs. But Virginia creeper will always be divided into 5 leaflets instead of 3. So there's some quick information on how to accurately identify poison ivy and distinguish it from one of its more commonly encountered imposters. For Get It Growing, I'm Kerry Hefner with the LSU Ag Center.
And for more information on lawn and garden topics, you can visit lsuagcenter.com.
Although it wasn't quite as hot today as it was yesterday, it still felt like summer out there, and we're going to see more summer-like heat for tomorrow. There could be a few showers and thunderstorms, though, late in the day as a cold front approaches our area and tropical air starts to move northward. We're going to stay cooler, though, this weekend. Heavy rain possible for Saturday and Sunday, and our rain chances will linger into early next week, and that means that we're going to see cooler conditions as we head into the first full week of fall. But our high today was 95 degrees in Alexandria. Leesville was 92 degrees, so it was definitely above normal. Our dew point is around 69 degrees, still very muggy conditions outside, and it makes things feel a lot warmer. For tomorrow, those temperatures will be climbing to around 92 degrees, but with the high humidity with dew points in the 70s, it will feel like between 100 to 104 degrees in the afternoon. So you definitely want to drink a lot of water if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time. We're seeing just a few showers and thunderstorms for today, but high pressure is still in control of the weather in the southeast. As it starts to move to the east a little bit, it will allow a cold front to slide to the east, and out ahead of this front, we are going to see showers and thunderstorms by Friday evening. There could be a few thunderstorms that will pop up. What's happening right now is high pressure is just bringing that south wind just to our area, and those south winds will continue to transport that tropical air from the Gulf of Mexico northward, and we're going to see more chances of rain out ahead of that cold front. So as we head into your Saturday, it looks like it becomes a little bit more numerous, especially in the evening hours, as all this batch of rain will start to move southward into the state. So we are expecting the possibility of some heavy rain come Saturday into your Sunday. So just keep that in mind. You will definitely need the umbrella, and hopefully your windshield wipers are in good working order. Temperature wise, our average highs for this time of year is 87 degrees. We're going to be above that for Friday into your Saturday, and then starting to cool down for the first full day of fall on Sunday. So it looks like things will be right on cue as we head into next week. Here's a look at your forecast. 74 degrees tonight, mostly clear. It will be humid. Highs tomorrow around 92 degrees, so just a tad cooler than today. Late day storms possible, and then better chances of rain this weekend into next week. So those temperatures will start to drop into the mid to upper 80s. That's a look at your weather. Scott?
Imagine walking into your bathroom and finding a masked bandit. A Pinellas County, Florida woman found just that. Yeah, you see that raccoon perched right above the bathroom mirror. The masked critter appeared poised to maybe look through the medicine cabinet. Deputies arrived and were able to catch and release the raccoon without incident.
That would be quite the sight to walk in. You know, you come home from work and you turn on, you know,
it's just lurking
right there.
Just lurking.
Waiting.
Right above. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.